Hey guys, it's Hakeem here, back with some more Jun Midrange. Looking at our opening hand, we see 6 land and a cultivate, so basically all we have here is mana. We're going to mulligan that. Here we don't have any red mana, but we do have 3 total lands, and we do have the Wayfinder. Plus we've got the Arbor Colossus, and we're 1 green source away from being able to cast that. So on the draw, I'm actually going to keep this hand. Now we're playing against CDG Dark Giggy. The champion starts with an Is It Guildgate and passes it back to us. We pick up a Forest, which is not red mana, but it is that 3rd green source, so at least when I cast the Wayfinder, I can basically prioritize red. And if I don't find red in the top 4 cards, well then I'm that much closer to actually drawing it naturally. So, anyways, I'm sorry about the lateness of the episode. I didn't get one out yesterday, and this one is coming out really late today. Playing against a Killing Fiend, I'm probably just going to use Ground Assault on this, actually, because I don't want to let that thing get out of hand. But I took on a project yesterday to rewire my man cave. Picked up another land, which is not the greatest thing in the world. Oh, yeah, I can't Ground Assault because I don't have red mana. So we'll play the Wayfinder, and we will go dig for red. So yeah, I rewired the man cave, put the Xbox One that I just bought, got that set up. The question is, do I want red to come into play tapped? I think I can get away with 1 turn off. I think I can get, although no, you know what, my green and my black are pretty much set, so I'm going to take the mountain and have it come into play untapped so I can cast Ground Assault right away. Yeah, so I got the Xbox One hooked up. I also got rid of an old speaker. I had an old set of Logitech speakers, probably 6 or 7 years old. I had multiple RCA cables running into that thing, piggybacked off each other. It was an absolute fucking mess in behind there. I picked up a Bose Sound Link. He's going to shock now to kill my 1/1 and get in for at least 4. He may have like a Crinkles command or another cheap spell. He may throw some burn at the face even just to get in for a pile of damage here. We all know how the Killing Fiend decks can be pretty explosive. This deck doesn't have any real life gain, so if he hits us pretty hard, it's going to be tough. He's looking like he's going to keep his mana open, so that doesn't bode well for this Ground Assault, but I'm pretty sure I had to just go for it. Pretty certain I just had to hope he doesn't have a negate here. He pauses the timer, so he probably does have a negate to protect his board. No, he lets it go. So we're a bit lucky to remove that, but he's probably going to think twice then. You know, if I were him, I would have done that last turn because that's 3 points of damage that he didn't get through. But yeah, so I picked up a Bose Sound Link. Man, that thing, it's a little tiny speaker. There's only 1 speaker. You know, there's not very much to it. But the fucking sound coming out of that thing is ridiculous, and it lets me just run an auxiliary cable from the speaker itself to the TV. He's playing with 4 mana up now. I mean, Graveborn Muse is not great in this matchup at all, honestly. So I think I'm going to play it and kind of hope that he counters it, and that'll pave the way for Arbor Colossus, because I do not want to be losing 1 life every single turn here. I mean, I'll take the cards, don't get me wrong. But if this just turns out to be counterspell bait that lets my Colossus land, then I wouldn't mind that too much either. So let's see if he has the counter for the Graveborn Muse. Anyway, yeah, that sound like, man, it's just a little fucking tiny thing. I've got 1 chord where there used to be 8,000. He's going to nullify. And the sound is amazing. It's only 1 little speaker, so I mean, when the summer comes, I can unplug it, bring it up on the back deck, and Bluetooth my phone with it. You know, I'm just really impressed. I've really... I think I've moved into the 21st century in terms of man cave technology. It took me all day yesterday to do that. My brother was over, and we were hanging out for the better part of the day. And then my little fella, he got really sick, and he was throwing up all night long. So that put the kibosh on my ability to get an episode out this morning. So he's just going to main phase his flashbacked Think Twice here now. Drop red mana, so that means that he won't have 2 blue sources when it comes back to my turn, and in this metagame, without 2 blue sources, he's not able to counter a creature. Although with him being tapped out and Killing Fiend on board, I'm actually not going to play the 6/6. I'm just going to straight up play the gate and burn the fuck out of that thing while he's tapped out, because I do not want that thing. Do not want it at all. So he's down 3 cards in his hand. You know, I'm sure he's got the Pyromancers in there. I'm sure he's got the Rabble Masters. Excuse me, and the Gutter Snipes. So, I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. But, you know, he is playing Nullify, so he's playing a bit more of a reactive deck. So, I'm just going to play a Wayfinder. See what we pick up here. Hopefully, I mean, if he counters that, the best kind. I'd be okay with that, but this tells me that he has a counterspell. So I guess, I mean, the plan was to run the Muse out there, and it still is, because again, if it's going to be counterspell bait, then that's fine with me. See, if we don't pick up anything, actually we just drop 4 creatures straight into graveyard. It's going to be good, I guess, if we pick up a Shealdred and manage to resolve it, but for now we'll play the Graveborn Muse. And, wow, I just punched the table there. Hopefully he didn't get too much feedback. And yeah, it lands, so he must have some bounce in his hand or something. Maybe he has card draw. No, he's got burn. He's playing Resounding Thunder. He's just going to kill the Muse. I'm fine with that. Certainly fine with that. And now he's going to play another thing twice. So he's playing the Kiln Fiend deck, but he's also playing very reactive with Nullifies, and he's using his Think Twices on my turn rather than just using them on his own turn as burn spells. So, but we'll see what he has when he untaps. If he goes to land drop 6, and maybe, I mean, he could be playing the Storm Breath or the Talrand version of this deck, but no, it looks like he just doesn't have any threats in his deck, which again I'm okay with. Picked up another land, so we're going to be able to, at the very least, cast Palaka Worm next turn. I don't know if it'll resolve or not, but you know, we're just going to try and keep applying the pressure. So we're going to try and jam out the 6/6, see if that resolves. Pauses the timer. He has another Nullify, which is not exciting, but again, it kind of paves the way for a Palaka Worm. So I haven't seen any sign of Dissolve, but I imagine if he's playing Nullify that he's also playing Dissolve, and he hasn't been putting any threats out there, so he's probably going to have a counter for this as well. So I just really have to try to draw better. I've, you know, already tried to cast both Graveborn Muses, resolved one, got killed. So we've had a bit of stuff here now get countered, but he's playing the Think Twice, which means he's letting his blue mana down. But he's played an island, so I was going to say that he's letting me know he can't counter a creature spell, but he's got the double blue, so he could have Dissolve in his hand right now. So we'll see. We're 22 cards deep, only 38 left in the library. We're almost halfway there. Nice big stocked graveyard if we picked up a treasured find. First of all, let's just come in for the 1 here. I doubt he'll spend a burn spell on it, but you never know. He may spend something. So we're just gonna, again, you know, I'm just gonna try to put the pressure on him, make him have the counterspell right now. He's pausing the timer, but it looks like it's gonna resolve. Don't really, I'm gonna sandbag this land in hand. There's no sense to play it here. I don't really want to, you know, take my foot off the gas here. When you're playing against blue control, you just gotta jam your stuff out there as fast as possible, at least in my opinion. The longer you wait and, you know, play around a counter, the more time you give him to draw into a counter. So it's best to just keep the pressure up. So he's playing a pair of copies of Quicken, so that there's just 1 mana draw card. It lets him cast the sorcery at instant speed, but obviously he's on his own turn, so that's not what he's going for. Oh my, excuse me again. Yeah, I'm not feeling the best today. The stomach flu did take over. He's going to Voyage's End the Palaka Worm, but that's going to save him from getting smacked for 7, but he's only got 1 blue mana on tap now, so I just get to recast it. But yeah, the stomach flu took over the place last night. There was a bunch of vomit. I had to throw out the rug this morning. My son spewed popsicle vomit onto our living room rug, so that was fun. Yeah, but anyways, we're up to 30 life, and we've still got the 7/7 Trampler that he has to deal with. He's on 8 mana. He could have a Banefire at this point to be able to kill it, but that would give me a card. Voyages. I mean, yeah, go for it. He must have picked up a counterspell because he's playing Voyage's End on his own turn. So I'm pretty sure he's got a counterspell for that. But the Kiln Fiend, I mean, to me, doesn't really mesh in this whole, you know, let's play counterspells type of deck. Excuse me. The question is here now, if I hold up Resounding Thunder, cycling, or if I just jam the Palaka Worm and make him spend a counterspell. I think I just make him spend a counterspell, honestly. I know he's got it, which is fine. But he'll be down to 1 card in half. No, he must have just been looking to scry or something. I don't know. Still not going to play out the 8th land. No real need to at this point. So he's got 3 cards in his hand. Now we're on 37 life. He's picked up a 3rd Kiln Fiend. But, you know, at 37, with the 7/7 Trampler in play, I'm not feeling terribly threatened by that thing anymore. So we'll see. He's got 2 cards in his hand. See if he's got a follow-up play or if he's just going to pass it back to us. We shall see. He doesn't do anything. So now we're just going to attack here. Picked up another Wayfinder. It's not the greatest thing at this point in the game. I wish I had a treasured find in my hand. At least I could jam these 2 Wayfinders and build a bigger tutor pile. So he's taking the 9. He's taking the 7 and going to 9. I'm going to play my 8th land and just pass with Resounding Thunder open. It's uncounterable, 6 damage. I might just throw it at his face and then come at him with a 7/7 Trampler. Playing an Artful Dodge on his Killing Fiend, which is fine. It's going to be unblockable. That'll hit me for 4. If he spends he's casting... Is that another Artful Dodge he's casting from hand, or did he flash back from the graveyard? No, he's casted from hand. Yeah. And this is a flashback Artful Dodge. I'm just going to wait for him to go all in on this before I spend the Resounding Thunder to kill it and just ruin his day. So he's... I mean, he must be conceding here to cast this 4 times. So now he's got a 13 power unblockable dude. Let's see if he's now he's going to shock something. He's going to feel really sad when I burn it. So he's going to shock my face, and then I'm just finally, after he spends all of his mana and all of his resources, I'm just going to kill his dude. You know, I should have just sent it to his face and killed him with the 7/7 Trampler, but I really just wanted to wreck his turn. Sorry, dude. I apologize. So we're going to swing for 8 here and bring the 1. I could have won the game this turn, like I said, but after he went dodge, dodge, shock, flashback, etc., I really didn't want to take the 13, just wanted to kill him, so. Yeah, so we'll play out this thing. I'm just going to go get a Resounding Thunder. It doesn't really matter what I get, but that's what I'm going to get. Here it is. Pass it back. Let's see what he top decks. He hasn't quit the game, which is surprising. Hats off to him for that. And it is a land. He just passes, and with no cards in hand, I will kill him with the Satyr Wayfinder. And there it is. Lethal damage from a creature with the hoof. So does that count as a hoofing? Did I just hoof that guy by killing him with the Satyr Wayfinder? I don't think so. But we'll say we did. We will say we did. There's John Midrange again. Face down 3 Killing Fiends. I was a bit wary of the first one. I think if this guy had, you know, I don't play counterspells in my own Killing Fiend deck, and the reason is you want to be aggressive with the fiends and all those sorts of things, and not you want to spend mana basically on your own turn at sorcery speed to buff up your fiends. This guy, you know, when you're playing reactive counterspells, you're buffing up Killing Fiend on the wrong turn, you know, the turn where you can't attack with it. So that's why I don't like it. So he was just, you know, I don't think Killing Fiend really fits in a counterspell deck, and I don't think counterspells fit in a Killing Fiend deck personally. So let's see if we can get into one of these games here. It's the same guy, so you know, see if we can take him down again, or if he gets a bit more of an explosive draw. Oh my, yeah. Little fella threw up 5 times last night. 5 times. We had to buy, I think it was 4 new pillows, maybe 2 new pillows, 3, I don't know. Some number of new pillows had to be bought. As I mentioned before, living room rug. Ruined by Popsicle Vomit. The wife and I never got any sleep. It was a great night. So anyways, playing against CDG, as we said. Got 2 Visionaries, Cultivate, and some good mana here, plus a Palaka at the top. On the draw again, but we will keep this. I'm probably not going to be able to cast a Visionary until the 3rd turn on the draw, which is pretty slow. But we've also picked up an Angular Gods, which is nice. So that's pretty good. But we'll see if he starts off with the turn 2 Fiend again. He doesn't. He main phases a Think Twice, you know, which is what he should have done in the last game when he had his Killing Fiend buffed up to 4 attack. So he could have got in for 7 and brought me to 13 right away. Anyway, so let's just play the Rakdos Guildgate, pass it over again. And now, I mean, presumably the plan is to play Gruul Guildgate. He's playing another Think Twice main phase, so he's just digging for a threat. I didn't see any other threats out of his deck last game. No Young Pyromancers. Didn't see any Gutter Snipes. Didn't see any Rabble Masters. So we're just going to play the Guildgate again and a Visionary here. Draw a card. So we can Cultivate next turn and skip on ahead. Picked up Resounding Thunder, which is always a good card to have. It's good on 3, it's good on 8. So let's see if he could be playing Talrand too. I didn't see that, but if he plays that, it's just gonna get shit burnt out of it right away. Maybe that's why he's playing counterspells, honestly, because he's playing Talrand in his deck. To me, that makes a little bit more sense. Talrand fits in that type of counterspell control kind of theme. But on 4 mana, he's just flashing back a Think Twice. So this guy is obviously, the hand that he kept was just speculation. He's got 1 Think Twice in the graveyard and another in exile, so he's drawn an extra 3 cards, but he hasn't spent any mana on anything else. Picked up a 4th land. Can't cast the Greyborn Muse though. I've only got a single source of black mana. So we're just going to do this. I've got triple red right now, and I've got the green in my hand, but my deck doesn't need more than double black, so I will just drop a swamp into play. And I'll grab a mountain. Yeah, I'll grab a mountain. Just for Inferno Titan if we ever happen to draw it. So, Swamp Mountain. And we'll play the forest just so that we have the triple green in play and ready to go. So let's see what he does on 5 mana, presuming he hits his drop, which he does. Again, he could be playing Storm Breath. Not certain. He seemed to, last game he got up to 9 or 10 lands, so it seems like he's playing like a higher curve version. My Izzet Burn deck only has 21 land in it. I'm playing the land light version. So here on 5, I can go to 6 if I want. He's holding up the counterspell. So I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is just probably just play a vision. Will I play a Wayfinder? Yeah, I want to make sure that I get to 7 for Palakaworm. So I'll play a Wayfinder, and if I pick up a gate, I'll just drop that. And then I'll be able to drop the mountain and Palakaworm next turn. So for now, it's going to be a Seder Wayfinder. See if he wants to counter that. Highly doubt it. He doesn't even look at it. So here we'll pick up a gate rather than a basic, since we don't have anything to do with the mana this turn. And pass the turn with Resounding Thunder open. We're well on our way to 8 mana to be able to cycle that. So now here we see a Kiln Fiend. Here we see a Kiln Fiend. So at the end of the turn, what I'm going to do is going to try and kill that thing, and if he counters it, then I'll be able to untap and hit it with a Ground Assault, or I may just resolve a Palakaworm, honestly, if he counters this removal spell. So I'm just going to try and kill it here. He's pausing the timer. Let's see if he's playing the gate. No, he's playing Voyage's End, so is he going to bounce his own guy? I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that, because this means that his counterspell shields are down, and I'm just going to jam the Palakaworm. And go to 27 life and put a 7/7 Trampler in place. So let's be careful to play the basic now and not the gate, so we can actually cast it. Swing for 2 first. And yeah, I double tapped the A button. Swear to God I did, but the game was not responsive, so I left a point of damage on the table there because I'm an idiot. But anyway, here comes Palakaworm. He's looking at it, but with only 1 mana open, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I suppose you can Vapor Snag it, but I still get the 7 life, and frankly, that's almost enough. So now let's see what he does. He bounced his Kiln Fiend back into his hand, so he can replay that. But you know, I'm not too worried about it on 27 life with the 7/7 Trampler. I'm feeling like I'm in the driver's seat here now. Should be able to race that Kiln Fiend just fine. And he replays it, so he's still got to Think Twice in his graveyard. And Voyages, and we haven't really seen much from him this game. Just Kiln Fiend, bounce. I don't know what his other 7 cards could be. He must have counters over there. He must not play negates. Maybe he's only playing creature counters. So let's swing with the 7/7 and see if he. Actually, I'm gonna no, I'm not gonna swing with him. I was thinking that I may use Anger of the Gods, but that's not coming anytime soon. So just gonna be content with the 7/7 here and see if he tries to bounce it. He's thinking. He's thinking. How much mana do I have? I have 7, so I can cultivate and Greyborn Muse. So let's cultivate, make sure I got 2 black sources still left open, so I will do this. Let's try and strip all the red mana out of the deck again in case we get Inferno Titan. And then we'll drop the gate and see if he has a counter for the Greyborn Muse. Not too terribly worried if he does have a counter for it, to be perfectly honest. I've got the 7/7 Trampler, he's only on 10 life, so got a removal for whatever he happens to do, and I've got Visionary to help me draw a bit deeper, so I'm not in the worst shape in the world. So pass it over, let's see what he does. He's just going to Vapor Snag something. Vapor Snag my lifelink, or my my guy who gains life when he enters the battlefield. So, still got 7 cards in his hand, though. I'm trying to wonder what the hell he could have over there. That's... Anyway, we're down on 26 now because the point of life loss off the Vapor Snag. He's going to play a Resounding Thunder. That's going to kill the Greyborn Muse. And see if he has another spell to kill one of my 1/1s. Because I will certainly double block it if he tries to swing. He could have the Artful Dodge again, though. Certainly something that he could have. 3 mana up, though. He could be wanting to hold open a counterspell, so he may not want to play anything else. This is another reason I don't agree with the counterspells in the Fiend decks. So let's see if he swings here. You know, if he has a shock, I guess, and he swings and I double block, he could shock one of them and then kill the other one with the Fiend's damage, but he's coming in here. I mean, I am going to double block. I don't care if he shocks one of them and the Fiend doesn't die. I'll just try and ground assault it, and if that doesn't work, try and anger it away. So let's double block. Actually, I may try anger first because ground assault kills more stuff. Although anger is better against Pyromancer. Yeah, so he's going to shock one of them. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I don't think, you know, by the looks of it, that he's playing non-creature counters like negate. So I think I'm pretty safe to just jam the ground assault here, which is what I'm going to do. See if that'll kill it. Maybe he bounces it, and that gives me a window to resolve Blockworm since I know his mana is all tapped. So yeah, he's going to bounce his own Killing Fiend. He's going to lose a point of life. But if he was hanging on to Nullify, which is something that is entirely possible, now I get to sneak the Blockworm through. So there's another 7 life up to 33, and a 7/7 Trampler with him on 9 life, so feeling pretty good about that. Oh my. The good news is I'm on vacation this week. So I don't have work all week long, so I'm hopefully either tomorrow or the next day going to sit down and record a fuck ton of content. My goal is to, by the end of the week, by the end of my vacation, to have 2 weeks of content in storage ready to go so that I can just get up in the morning and release a new one, rather than constantly having to I'm just going to swing for 7 first. See if he wants to cast any bounce or anything like that. I was contemplating just playing the Titan there. But let's see if he decides to spend any mana right yet. Is he going to take the 7? If he does, I may just Visionary and hope to top deck a Resounding Thunder. We'll see, though. I mean, if he blocks, he's going to need to use 2 spells to get his Killing Fiend up to 7 power to trade, and then you know, then his 2 spells are gone. Plus, I draw a card off of it, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't think there's anything really scary he can do to me here. Except, I guess he could let the timer go up to its full time here, just to annoy me. He's doing a good job of that for sure. No, he's just not gonna block. He's got a Voyage's End in his hand. He's going to quicken. You know, maybe he's going to... I don't know what he's going to do. He's just taking 7. So, he's got a Voyage's End, so... he's only got 1 blue mana. Okay, so I guess Inferno Titan to the face just kills him. Yeah. And there you go. 3 to the face. Alrighty, well, that's John Midrange episode 2. Sorry it was so late. And like I said, I'm on vacation, so hopefully I get a nice storehouse of content built up for you. And word to the wise, you know, if your children are ever sick, don't feed them purple popsicles. They will throw them up and ruin your living room rug. And it's really not nice to deal with. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for another episode, hopefully tomorrow.